All right, good afternoon, everyone. It's 2:33 p.m., August 1st, 2025. And it looks like I had a nice run up. Yes, we did. Had a nice run up here. Point of control. We're at the point of control. We're tracing a little bit. Uh, so I'd like to see more volume than that. Kind of like price action work over here. To go with the order flow. And here's cumulative delta. To be in sync there. Nothing crazy, no divergences. If we take it at least from here to here, same thing pretty much. Now this is the highs, still a little low, but so much price action here. I'm not going to go that far back. All right, so there's a legendary profile right here. We started building a lot of value up in here, and we're still in the value area. We got positive delta, 270. When we get to here, before we just came back down. We have a little resistance here. See, 271, if we get a little resistance there, which would be right up here. Because here's what I'm looking at. Let's look at 270. A lot of positive delta in here. Yeah, 12,000 on the POC here. Potential to 3 potential. Resistance getting the buyers wanting to come in, but it did come back down to 271. Let's see if we go down to 69.25. Still very bullish in this candle, but we're still a lot lower than this massive candle here. All right, volume is low. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the volume, see if it builds up. Had some delta in here, some negative delta here. Bigger numbers here to shorter numbers, less liquidity down here. More building up in here. You have this little balance profile here, which is pretty much this. We're at the high end right now. All right, here's where I want to really focus. They're starting to drop the offers here. We're getting less volume in here. I'm going to go short here. Took the order off. They pulled him here. Like actually buyers want to be in here either, right at the 71 even. So I want to look at that, which is here. The high volume node. Which is like right here. So let's see what happens around here. We had a whole bunch of sellers in here prior. Decent delta, but they did sell it. Okay. These are 30-minute bars. So 12 minutes ago, it was around here. It was lower. Now we could come back down again. We had a bunch of buying here. You see what just happened here? So let's see what happens right in this area. A nice profile edge here. And buyers are starting to come back in again. All right, 274.25 is where I am going to be going right there. Huh, what happened? 277.50. See if we go to 78, come back down, we'll see. It's accumulating. This is starting to take fall down. We got a little, I got a seller in here. Took a point out of that. Took 2 points out of that. It's not bad. I was down earlier today. Seems to be okay. Seems that I'm in the green. Green's good. Just on the volume profiles right now and just a regular, candlesticks. Cumulative delta. I have a delta column here. I got a volume profile here. All volume, right? I got my print with my imbalances here as well. See, buyers are in control right now. Here's a value area right in here if you're unfamiliar with the way this works. 70% of the volume is in this white area. I think I still have it at 70%. I don't know. Maybe I have it a little lower. Gonna do a trade here real quick. So, do it without. Let me see what I got. I'm at 40%, not 70, so it's 40%. See, right in the middle of this. So we take a look at this profile, but way above. We closed above the value area, so that's pretty bullish. All right, we're closing in the value area. That's still bullish. We have 12 minutes left of this candle. It's a 30-minute candle. These are 5-minute candles. Bottom here. Hitting a step in the profile, which looks like the POC at 270 even, which is right here. Right here, same profile. The POC on the 30-minute chart is a little higher. It's at 232. Excuse me, 270, 275. No selling imbalances. You've got a few here. 275. Some resistance there. Now, normally with the POC, point of control, acts as like a magnet. I don't trade off of it. It's good to know where it is. $271. All right, POC. It was at 2075 up here. 72, 72.75. It's not moved. 73. See if we get a little bit of resistance here. Sorry about that. Don't want to take the resources off the computer here. It's a nice drop we're doing. We got a double bottom about right here at one point. Some sort of area around here. Pretty much into the highs of this candle. So there's a couple selling imbalances below here. Buyers are starting to come in here. They can't sustain at 261.50, which is right here. You had sellers primarily here, except for up in this area, just a small amount of buying. Get a little support at 59.50. I'm long here. $59.50. I said that we were buying here before, so we got to see now if we're still buying. Looks like we are. 145, so 980, 30. That's good. 02, that's good. 60 back is no bad, not bad. Boom, boom, boom. We had that buying right above here. This is where it started buying. You're going to lose it or what? Buyers started coming back in right there. There's no liquidity in here. They're just dropping it right through. See what happened here? You build up all the volume. Let's see these numbers start picking up. There you go. We're playing games. Time is it? 2:55. Oh, that's why it's almost 3 o'clock. Okay, we're gonna do another push up. This is good. Let's see if we could drop that out. Stay there. I'll go there. Let's see what happens. That was good. That was 5 points. Recording? Yeah. Comes with this recording software. So you still need the depth of market. This is your bread and butter here, and this tells you everything. This has everything. It's telling me everything that's in here. In all of this. I got my delta, I got my volume, I have my pulling, stacking, I have all of my market orders hitting all of these limit orders. This is like the thing, but I still need some visuals because a lot of, numbers I'm circulating. And look what happened, we just dumped. If you don't take your profits, you can leave a lot on the table. Remember, the next trade is just a click away. So from kind of a red day I had today, it was down about 4 points. It's nice to go into the weekend green. So I'm going to be a little conservative here as well. If there's another trade, I'll take it. But thing I learned, one thing I learned is if you know how to trade, you're not going to win 100% of them. But if you have confidence in your ability to trade, and you know when to hold them and when to fold them, and when the market is right for your style of trading, or the market is wrong, you don't have to be in a position all the time. Even though scalping, I'm usually in positions I get into position pretty fast. But this type of volatility now, I don't want to be a part of it. I want to wait till it calms down. I need a happy medium. Nothing too fast, nothing too slow. Right in the middle. That's where I want to be. It seems like the delta and the price action and the volume is pretty good. I don't see anything too crazy, no divergences there. We do have a beautiful value area right in here, this big high volume node, right? We're sitting maybe 30% into it, maybe a little more, maybe 40% into it, another 60% up there. You never know, because this here is like a bullish candle. I was thinking of a reversal. When I mean reverse go back up, and it did happen. But look at what we have right now. And if you take a look at where the profiles are, I mean, this was resistance right here at one point. It became support at one point. It may be becoming resistance again. A lot of, right around this area. Look where everything kind of is. Don't have to be to the tick, to a point, not going to be 100%. But you're going to get an idea of where the price action is and where you need to focus on. I'm not focusing on anything right now. I'm right in the middle of the profile. We're just hovering around here. We may see some resistance at 65.25. We may get some support at 62. Do I want to take that gamble? Am I waiting for a flush either way? I don't know. Because right now the market's just trading. There's a flush to the bottom right there. Point drop. So, but the important thing is where is finding support? It's finding support right about here, 260.75. That's where it is. So it looks like there's a buyer right here, a hidden buyer at 26. Look at that volume. 62.60. End up right there. Now this should go to the downside. Right now, this is even though we had all this movement from 78, to 56, which is a decent 22 points, we could still come down. It showed you it is to drop. That's why you got to have these stops, targets and stops. Building some more volume up in here, and the delta is pretty big. So where do we go? Do we go here and then it just starts to drop back down again? There's really no indication. All right. These they could stack and pull all the time. I don't put too much weight on this, but it's nice to see big numbers or small numbers. These numbers here I'm not even looking at, but I'm looking at anything bigger. You got a nice cluster right here of delta, right? They're pulling the offers here. They're pulling these bids. They're pulling the bids, yet we're still going up. Okay. We start adding more on the way down. They're pulling more. They're buying more here. So if they're buying more and pulling more, then there has to be something holding this up. Right? So 20, 60, 65, right here, they're still holding it. Look at that big number. Right? We're able to pass through these very fast. Look, up 3 and down 3, up 3 and down 3. They're accumulating. So we need to take a look at here. Maybe we're going to have another accumulation, maybe a little consolidation, and then a breakout. But we're right in the middle of this price action as well. So it could very well go up to the high or the low. If the POC is right here, you got a low right down here. Any move right here could push it either up or down. You need to see the volume. And low volume is even worse. Hard to get out of positions when you have low volume. So the strong hands, what they like to do is they like to manipulate to make sure that they have enough liquidity so they could, pull it out of your pocket, add it to them. So the hit, take a look, and we're a little weighted toward the bottom, but we're still in a range where most of the 40% of the volume. Triple top here, this could have been an anomaly. So for those of you who are just learning or starting to learn or want to learn order flow, I do commentary or analyze or do whatever. I'm not 100%. I'm not a super trader. I'm not a guru. I'm just a retail trader like you, trading my own account. I do have a Discord, and I do want to create some chats, community chats, private chats. Instead of all that texting, you actually talk to somebody. That's good. It's good to do. Actually, I'm on a chat right now, and nobody's there, but I'm in the room. You could probably hear me talking. It's on my Discord, my free Discord. Anyway, if you like this kind of content, please like, subscribe, share, comment, share to all your social media. Trying to build a community. It's free community. I don't believe in charging money. to learn. So, to learn how to trade, there's a lot of information on the internet. You just got to fix, and then you got to run with it. You got to put the time in, right? Put the screen time in. It's been a while since I've been looking at profiles like this. Your trades based on, you know, uh, where it is, what the probabilities are of success, how much am I, the risk reward factor, how much to factor in, the order flow, analyzing out loud, commentary, trying to describe what I see. It's a lot of work, but I enjoy it. Keeps me active, keeps the brain cells functioning. So this is probably it for me for the day. Have a safe, have a good weekend. Trade well. Market is down 114, and it's crazy. Amazon had great earnings and it still dropped. And I figured I'd be able to cash out of that deal, but I think I might be buying more. Not a recommendation. Okay. And that's about it. All right. So I'll see you on the next one.